What can a trucker do when he or she suspects that his or her paycheck has been wiped out by a fee that was not disclosed in the dispatch? Hello, I'm Vicki Simons with TruckDriversMoneySavingTips.com. Okay, if you've been paying attention to our website, our Facebook fan page, these videos that I've been recording for you, you know that there is nothing that gets me riled up more than when a professional truck driver is exploited. Okay, I hate that when it happens. Okay, I was contacted yesterday, okay, by a driver who said, I was wanting to get some advice on being charged late fees for arriving late for delivery and over shortage and damaged freight charges taken out of my check. A whole week and a half held. What can I do? Okay, and I wrote back, and to make a long story short, this person is a company driver who suspects, he does not yet know, that his paycheck has been dinged by both a late delivery fee and an overage, shortage, and damage charge against the bills. Okay, now, the fact of the matter is, he doesn't know this for sure yet, and I have encouraged him to get in touch with his company's payroll department to find out, okay, and if there was something in the dispatch. Okay, I encouraged him to look through it. I asked him, I said, was this written down? No, it wasn't written down. I said, take photographs of your dispatch on your machine. Okay, make sure that's not there. All right, if payroll says that you've been dinged this stuff, then go to your driver manager and then go up as far as you have to in order to get some sort of satisfaction on this. Okay, I did ask him if he had read his entire dispatch, okay, and if there was information in there as far as he knew about it. Now, the fact of the matter is, okay, I have written a page about this on our website, and it's called Financial Penalty. You can find it there. And this was my response to an article written by Wendy Parker. I think it was Overdrive Online. But anyway, May 19, 2013, for your reference. And she was talking about a load that her husband George was going to haul. The line translated from the in-cab message read, late drivers will be fined $500. Okay, now, she goes into some background as to why this is happening and what's wrong with it and that kind of thing. But what I want to break down into further in the article is that, first of all, every driver needs to read his or her entire dispatch to understand all of the terms before accepting it. Okay, I want to encourage you drivers to be in a place where you are not fearful of not taking a load, okay, and you're not going to be so hard up for cash that you accept anything that is given to you, okay? So with the exception of repowered loads, it's usually the case that any trucker who picks up the freight is bound by the terms in the dispatch from pickup to delivery. And if that dispatch includes a trucker penalty, and that's what I call this, it could be financial penalty or trucker penalty, for a late arrival and you're late for your appointment, you can expect to pay the fine. Okay, and for many truckers, a $500 fine means an entire week's worth of pay. Okay, and this particular driver, he didn't specify how much it was, but he said a week and a half worth of pay. Okay, so swirling down the drain. Okay, so consider what would happen if you agree to take such a load. You're involved in a situation that is completely outside of your control, and you're forced to be late for an appointment. All right, and I had said I could think of several situations where this could happen, where assessing a financial penalty would be totally unreasonable, including equipment breakdown when no repower is possible, traffic congestion due to an accident, and weather-related difficulties. And I cited the whiteout conditions causing road closure, or even the May 2013 tornado in Oklahoma. So obviously it's been a little while since I wrote this article. And then I commented about an article that I had read about traffic congestion from a truck accident shutting down the lanes of a highway for 7 hours for fuel and debris cleanup. And I said, what if you were stuck in that 7-hour clog with nowhere to go, were only an hour away from your destination, and had only 3 hours in your hours of service left to drive for the day? Okay, so it's possible that situations like this happen, and they happen all the time. Accidents happen, okay? And the worse the weather or the closer you are to, say, starting time or quitting time somewhere, the worse it can get. All right, now I'm assuming, all right, in this, when I'm talking about this, that the driver is not simply being lazy and he brought on this late charge himself. All right, I'm assuming that this professional driver was doing his job. Okay, and I just let the cat out of the bag. It was a guy. All right, most of the professional drivers are guys, but there are some ladies out there who are very good professional drivers. I was one of them. Okay, and I'm just gonna say, look, you're doing your job. You're trying to do everything in your power to get there on time. One of the things that I would say is, were you in touch with your company about potentially being late? Okay. I didn't ask that question, but that's another thing to consider. If it's possible for you to have your schedule, your appointment, your delivery time changed, that's a possibility. They may say yes, they may say no, but the thing about it is, if you don't ask, you don't get it. All right, so answer these questions for yourself. Does the load pick up at a shipper or deliver at a receiver who is notorious for delaying the truckers? Will you be paid waiting pay that equals or exceeds what you could be earning by driving? Will the load be transported through areas where traffic congestion is likely? And then I gave a link to the top 10 most congested cities. And drivers, you know where these are. Okay, for company drivers who are under a forced dispatch system, ask the following regarding your refusal to take a load. Could you be thrown to the bottom of the dispatch pile? Could you earn a reputation for being a load refuser or hard to get along with? Could you lose your job? All right, but besides refusing to take loads with a financial penalty, truckers are not without recourse. There may be repercussions as a result, but any or all of the following can potentially be done regarding taking a load with a financial penalty. Complain to your trucking company. Require that you be paid for all of your waiting time, and or report the wait time imposed by shippers and receivers that delay truck drivers in the docks. All right. Can truckers be terminated for reporting online, that is outside of the trucking company's system, the wait time imposed by certain shippers or receivers? We've never heard of it happening. All right. I said, wake up, truckers. Which one are you? A valuable employee who is helping your trucking company add to its bottom line, or an expendable pawn whom your trucking company doesn't mind sacrificing if something outside your control happens to cause you to arrive late? All right. Why would your trucking company accept the business of any shipper or receiver who is willing to personally penalize you when there are so many unknowns that could affect your arrival? We ask every trucker to uphold the dignity and respect associated with having successfully earned a commercial driver's license and obtained a job in an honorable profession. We think you deserve better, okay, than being given dispatches with a personal financial penalty attached. In fact, I haven't ever heard of a company driver being charged for the OS&D on a trailer. Okay, now he didn't specifically tell me, okay, that the freight was damaged en route. It could have been damaged before it ever got on his truck, and maybe the shipper was hiding it somewhere. I don't know. I did ask him, were you on the dock watching this thing being, loaded onto your truck? Were you personally, spotting all this? All right, so we urge all professional truck drivers not to be cowed, intimidated, or threatened into taking freight under such under such conditions. Okay, and I also have a very strongly worded situation about waking up these trucking companies. And I said, regarding predictions, okay, perhaps this belongs on a different video, but I'm going to go ahead and state it anyway. More and more professional truck drivers are using the internet and social media to stay connected. They are sending out tweets, making Facebook posts, writing blogs, and creating YouTube videos about their experiences on the road. Wendy Parker said in her article that she wrote a Facebook post to the company that issued the dispatch with the financial penalty statement. As greater and greater numbers of truckers become united in an online community, it will become harder and harder to treat them as less than professional. Professional truck drivers move about 70% of the freight in the USA. Many businesses cannot operate without the services that truckers provide. When self-respecting professional truck drivers stand together and just say no to trucker penalized freight, then only easy to intimidate, overconfident, or financially pressured truckers will be left to haul it. Okay, we predict that shippers and receivers who insist on putting conditions on their terms that personally penalize truckers for late arrivals and missed appointments will find it harder and harder to find truckers to haul their freight, experience greater losses of freight due to truck accidents involving pressured truckers, and realize smaller and smaller profits. Should all those things happen, then the trucker penalizing shippers and receivers will eventually be forced out of the business, and then the poison of the financial penalties they impose upon truckers will stop. Okay, now, going back to my email, all right, let me say this. I was very specific with this driver. I said, we are not qualified to render legal advice, but it seems to us that if you own and operate your own truck, if the information about the charges was disclosed in your dispatch, and if there was a problem with on-time delivery and the condition of the freight, you may have no legal remedy. However, according to what this driver sent back to me, he did not own and operate his own truck. The information was not disclosed in his dispatch, and I still don't know what the conditions were concerning his late arrival. All right, so I said that it would be a good idea for him to consult a trucker attorney. We talk about that on our website as well. Drivers, if you have been unfairly charged for something that you did not know about, even though you were well informed about what was in your dispatch, complain. Go to the payroll department first of all and find out for sure that what was missing from your paycheck was due to a financial penalty for a late arrival of either the shipper or the receiver, okay, or you were charged for the OS&D, the overage, shortage, or damage of the freight that came off your truck. Okay, if that is the case, then complain to your driver manager. And if he doesn't listen to you or she doesn't listen to you, take it to his or her supervisor. All right, go up the ladder, go up the ladder, go up the ladder. Do not feel as though you have no recourse. And if they just don't listen to you, maybe it's time for you to move on. And I'm not saying that you should just accept this, okay? I would say get in touch with a trucker attorney, someone who can help you with this. There are so-called prepaid legal plans out there. My husband and I happen to be on one, all right? It's a very low cost per month, and you can get legal advice anytime, okay, that they are open. All you have to do is pick up a phone and call and give them your account number, okay, and then ask for legal advice, okay? Generally speaking, most of the time these days, when I call during the day, I will get if I am not immediately connected with an attorney, okay, I am at least called back by the end of that business day, all right, with some sort of advice. If necessary, this can go to an attorney writing a letter in your behalf. And maybe it can go to your trucking company, or maybe it needs to go somewhere else. But do not take this lying down, okay? Fight for your rights. Fight for your paycheck. Okay, if you were not advised about this stuff, then I don't think that you should take the burden of it. You should not take the brunt of this unfair decision. But find out for sure what happened first before you take the step of getting in touch with an attorney. Okay, it could have been the fact that there was a glitch in the payroll system or whatever. But if your paycheck was wiped out by this, take action. All right. I think I'm done venting and ranting for just a little bit. Like I told you, I take this very seriously on behalf of drivers because, if you're not earning anything, you can't save anything. And that's what we're all about. We're all about TruckDriversMoneySavingTips.com, okay? So I wish you very well. Trucker who contacted us, I don't want to say his name on the air. But anyway, this one's for you and for all those other truckers, whether they be men or women out there who have undergone this kind of a situation in the past. This is my advice to you. Don't take it lying down, all right? If necessary, take legal action and make sure it happens in your favor, okay? Please stay tuned tomorrow night for Technology Tuesday, and until next time, my husband Mike and I wish you safe travels and lots of money-saving opportunities on the road. Don't forget to like, share, and give little hearts on this video if you have found it valuable to you. Thanks in advance. Have a good night.